Hi, maybe I'm Celissa, maybe I'm not, but you can call me Rice because that's my nickname. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing a hurricane-resistant house, the Dome Home from the YouTube channel Storm. It's a very short video. The link will be down in the description. And we're gonna do a no edit run, so I'm just gonna start and comment and explain what works and what doesn't.
Partly because of its unusual curved structure, designed to deflect wind and storm surge around the house, minimizing impact. But as well as its ingenious dome design.
Okay, first thing, already first stop. So it says because of its dome form, it's minimizing impact. So just to clarify, it's not wrong, but it's just that sphere, when it's against hurricane, is more ergonomic. I don't know if that's the word in English. It's ergonomy. And so the wind doesn't build pressure. This is the wind around. Let's change the color so I can emphasize. This is the wind around. Because the wind is like dynamic force. And it's very complicated. I know you'll be like, isn't earthquake complicated too? Wind is very much more complicated than earthquake-wise because it's still not still not enough is known to really build something to withstand wind capacities very high. But what we do know is that circle, sphere-like shapes do help to control, like, I'll say the build of pressure. So if you have a square, this causes obstacle to the passing of the wind, and that like builds up momentum in a sense. I don't know how to explain because I'm not an engineer in wind. I did hazard mitigation and architecture to build like more resistant homes against different types of disasters. So I know a little bit of a lot, but I know nothing in one specific topic. So I just know like a bunch of little information that gathers one result, if that makes sense. So it's more so I know the information I need to do a design appropriately, and have a conversation with the engineer. But basically, this square form builds up, and so the wind will go faster because it gives momentum and you're like fighting the wind. It's like action-reaction type of situation when it's in this case. Whereas as it's circular, the wind will more be like, okay, I can just go along. Plus, with this type of shape, as you see, you can see that he has holes in the structure. So let's draw it fast and say this is a hole, this is a hole, that's a hole. And actually, that means the wind can not only pass through, this is elevation. Let's say this L. Let's go for elevation, and this is PL for plan. So that means not only the wind can pass through, we're going back with the red, the sides of this form, it can pass through it. And so that also reduces pressure toward the house itself because it's not going to try to rip apart because you're letting wind pass through. So the thing with the wind, hurricanes, storms, tornadoes in general, they're fighting you because you're an obstacle in their direction. If you let it pass without, of course, causing you harm, it helps the structure hold because there's no more obstacle. The wind can pass, so the wind is going to ignore you. I don't know how to, it's just going to ignore you because you're not getting in its way, which is completely different from the earthquake. So that's why I said in some comments in the earthquake home, just because it works for earthquake does not mean it's the same solution for a hurricane. Every construction, depending on what it's for, has answers, but the situation and where it's at will ask for different answers because this is near the ocean too, I believe. But let me continue the video.
The house is also incredibly tough.
You notice the massive thickness of these walls. Okay, 18 inches or so. You can beat on these walls with a baseball bat. It would do very little damage to them. And that's basically what a hurricane does, is go around and beat on your house like a baseball bat.
But the Dome Home would face its ultimate challenge in 2004.
I'm skipping because copyrighted music, and please go see the video yourself in the description. is to go back to the house saying that it survived earthquake, hurricanes.
Were spinning through the surf like the lid of a styrofoam cooler.
By the time Ivan had done its work, the Dome home was one of the few houses on the block left standing. Time and time again, hurricanes flatten entire communities, but the Dome home proves it doesn't have to be this way.
A storm of the magnitude of Ivan will disrupt the community for 8 to 10 years. Katrina, they figure it'll take 25 years to get back where they were before. So the need for strengthening building codes and homes is of dire importance with the amount of storms that we're having in the United States.
Okay, that's the end of the video. He is right about the building code, etc. Because if it's in the building code and regulations to do certain buildings, certain shapes, certain width, certain thickness, it does help. And that's one thing I didn't talk about, and I can talk about really quickly. We can put it back when he was explaining the wall. Let's put him back at that. When he was explaining the wall, maybe let's do it here because you can see the wall thickness on the side. This is my mouse. Hello, mouse. The wall thickness. I think it's not necessarily the wall thickness. The benefit is the fact that it's concrete in this sense. Again, not advice for earthquake. This advice only for hurricane. He is near the ocean, as we saw, and he's also fighting for hurricane. So the concrete, reinforced concrete. He didn't say it's reinforced concrete, but it is reinforced concrete, especially to take that shape. Sorry, wrong thing. Especially take that shape. You have to reinforce the concrete to do this. So this is like concrete with, I'm doing the ugliest steel thing ever. That's not how it's built. But let's say this is steel. Okay. The concrete is reinforced. Probably is this way. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Concrete is reinforced because this looks like a truss. But it doesn't matter. The concrete is reinforced. It's not just concrete. So there's steel in it. And so if anything do happen, he's gonna, how to say, it's not only the width, it's the material. And plus, if the water comes up and like try with the waves, etc., the concrete will most likely withstand it because it's reinforced concrete. So the width, yes, but it's mostly the material. If you do that with wood, untreated, like for instance with the water, it's gonna rot. So it's not good. If you do that wood to bend like that too, that thickness will be way thicker than that. In wood, it will be way thicker. Plus with the fire, then you have a fire hazard also with wood. Oh, I'm getting in too much details with that. But it will be super thick and to carve it, super expensive. But I'm just saying that I think it's mostly the material more so than the width of it that helped him. It's that width because of the span of the building. Okay, it's that width because of the span. Because there's Olympic buildings or even like Frey Auto buildings. Oh, he did mostly elastic. Who am I thinking on? Look for like coq beton on internet. I know I said it in French, but I don't know what it says in English. So look for it and you will see there's like tons of concrete and it's like very thinner than that and it doesn't span. But for this, he had to. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching until now and see you next time. Let me know if you want to see another type of architecture, hazard mitigation, or against natural disaster. Honestly, they're very hard to find on YouTube, to believe it or not. Like, if it's not like a seminar or a class, I think I just need to do classes in general and find examples and put them on YouTube because I'm seeing that there's not much of them that's just not earthquake, yes, but like flood, hurricane, etc. So hopefully if you let me know your questions, your comments, etc., I'll do my best. Okay, bye. I talk too much.